Welcome in, Cowboys Nation, to Game Day Live halftime show presented by Hattie B's Hot Chicken, some fire chicken here in Dallas. Cowboys are leading 18-0, a near perfect half for the Cowboys. Jesse Holley Skywalker still here. We're keeping our eye here on a little bit concerning situation as the Cowboys, Micah Parsons literally limps out of the half, which kind of dampers what has been an excellent half on both sides of the ball for the Cowboys defense and the Cowboys offense. Dak Prescott started off 0 for 3 drop balls. Looked like, oh, here we go again with a rough first quarter, what have you, and then went 11 for 11, and the Cowboys record has 3 total touchdowns in the first half. He looks in total control. I looked over to you and I said, man, he looks so poised in that pocket in this game. Probably better than I've ever seen him be. And that's not saying he hasn't been, but he just looks totally in control right now.
No, he does. He's in the zone. He has that, he has that Goku type of energy going for him right now. He's seeing the field. We talked about it in the pregame, talking about taking profit, right? A lot of time before, we saw Dak Prescott trying to get things back, trying to get home run plays all the time. You see today, he's checking the ball down right to guys right in front of him, being able to get the ball out quickly, allowing guys to move about on the football field. And you had an absolute great stat in the pregame show about what Tampa Bay's defense gave up when it comes to tight ends. And that's where Dak Prescott has been eating up all day long. Right now, between Ferguson and Schultz, you're talking about having 93 yards at the half from your tight ends.
5 for 5. 5 targets, 5 receptions, 93 yards, 2 touchdowns. They are absolutely owning the linebackers for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, they're not having immense success running the ball, but Tony Pollard does have 8 carries for 39 yards. And we're seeing them use the guys like Dalton Schultz. Even, I think, TP got a catch on the outside as well. But we're seeing them attack, I have it here in my notes, the middle of the field execution. Being poised isn't just being poised and going deep. He's being poised and saying, okay, I'm going to take T.Y. Hilton right in front of me. He's being poised, looking off the safety and hitting the tight end for a touchdown in Dalton Schultz. But, yeah, man, they're having a hard time dealing with Dalton Schultz right now. He's got 4 of the 5 receptions, 59 yards.
Yeah, because you're talking about the way they play defense, sometimes that Tampa, too, they get a lot of those linebackers drop. Guys get to the flat, guys get down the middle of the field, so they're spreading it out, and they want you to try to they want the pass rush to get there, so you have to throw through the zones. But what they're doing is, what I've seen a lot of teams do this playoff, they're running some of those shallow crosses, getting guys right in front of the quarterback's eyes, so that pocket collapse, he has a safety valve to get it to, and if he gets it to him for 4 yards, they turn and run, pick up extra yards, and you've seen that be a success for the Cowboys so far offensively. When you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys have a reception right now. So that means the ball is being spread around all over the football field, so that way guys are you can't just pin down one guy. He's getting it to the open man and he's getting to him right away.
Yeah, he absolutely is. And it started off really weird from a schematic standpoint to me. I'm not a big fan of the Hawk package. You guys know that. They did the Hawk package about 2 or 3 times way on their side of the field. I don't think that's a great play. And then after that, it felt like Kellen got into a bit of a groove on that the one touchdown drive. I thought it was a great drive. You saw some misdirection. You saw, Jason Peters pulling and getting Tony Pollard outside. And obviously you saw Dak just throwing him in there. The big third down conversion also as well, our 2nd and 15 conversion to get that 3rd touchdown. But I think you're seeing, we talk about, hey, both of these guys can't glitch, right? Like, you might get a glitch moment here and there from Kelly, might get a glitch moment here and there from Dak, but they both can't glitch. But when they're both on, boy, it is fun to watch and see executed. And I think right now they're both on, and hopefully they can keep this up in the second half, because we've seen all playoffs, and we've seen in the playoffs with Tom Brady, no lead is a big enough lead.
And the one thing I appreciate that you see Dak doing right now, 4 rushes for 20 yards. I mean, he's using his legs to get out of situations. He's using his legs to convert third downs. The Cowboys are 11-2 when Dak rushes for 35 yards or more. So, for him, getting out, and it doesn't have to be a lot of time design runs, but they used a great play action. They faked the cameraman out when he went in for the touchdown. But his ability to go and get that extra yards when things break down for them offensively has been key, because like most running quarterbacks, you're playing a game of football 11 on 11, and at times defense plays it 11 on 10 because the quarterback doesn't move well. Well, now when you make them have to account for the 11th guy, the quarterback, you now have a lot of space and a lot of running room for you to go out there and get. So Dak Prescott taking advantage of that, not letting those plays, not staying in that pocket, trying to make something happen down the field, tucking the ball, going to get what he can. I want him to slide. I want him to get down because a lot of these ones that the end of these runs is him shoulder first into the ground, big guys on top of him, slamming him to the ground. So get what you can get and then get down. Like there's no need for you to fight for extra yards. Save that for Zeke and Tony Pollard and Ferguson and Schultz and all those guys. You get what you can get, number 4, and you get down on the ground.
Dak is doing a fantastic job with the pressure. On the opposite side, though, Tom Brady is not. Tom Brady is having not a great first half, let's be honest. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have 120 yards combined as a team right now, and he threw his first red zone interception in 409 passing attempts dating all the way back to 2019. He's 11 for 23, 96 yards, and a good chunk of that happened on one play at the end of the half there, trying to get it into Hail Mary range. So he's just off right now, and you're seeing one of the things we talked about, all jokes aside, the pressure up the middle that is in his face is caused massive incompletions. And I don't think they got a sack, but they got Osa Digizua. That was another guy we talked about who's had a couple tackles for loss, getting pressure. Micah Parsons, who we hope is okay, has been getting pressure. DeMarcus Lawrence didn't get the sack, but he did get Tom Brady to kind of scramble around the pressure, and he pitched it out. But aside from that one drive where they were on the field for 13 or 14 or 15 plays, which they ended with a turnover, they lead the league in that. I think this defense has been lights out against this Buccaneers offense.
No, they have. And one of the things they're doing well is they're getting Tom off his timing. Tom is a timing, rhythm type of quarterback. He wants to be able to get the ball and get it out quick. I think allowing them to come up, press a little bit at the line of scrimmage, create some timing mismatches there. And then, of course, like we said it before, the rush is going to be tied to that. If you can't get to Tom Brady, I don't care who you are, you're going to have a long day. But Micah Parsons starts it off, and the rest of those guys are following his lead with getting the pressure on Tom Brady, getting him off his spot, making him move. He's not as accurate when he has to move off his spot. But if you let him stand there like the Statue of Liberty, then he can knock down passes all across the field. So continue to dial him up. They use Micah Parsons sometimes up the middle with the blitz. They use Leighton Vander Esch up the middle with the blitz. They're creating things, and now that back that's in the backfield, you have to come up and make a block. And if they're going to use White, the smaller back, he's not going to be able to sustain blocks against Micah Parsons and Leighton Vander Esch. And in the back of Tom Brady's mind, the calculation is kind of like, all right, here they come. I got to get it out quick. And they're not giving him easy passing lanes to throw into.
I think the offense and the defense this is the best they've looked in probably a month, together. We often talk about the peanut butter and jam, right? The peanut butter and jelly. Those are there for the Cowboys offense and defense. It's not for this kicking game right now. Usually we go in, hey, what do you want to see in a second? Right now, just continue to do what you're doing offensively and defensively, right? Obviously, what we want to see is Brett Maher make a damn field goal.
Yeah, because these points are so critical. Right? It's extra point. Well, there's 3 of them.
3.
And you have to believe that this game, if you look at the way the rest of the games are played, we would like for it to be a 28-0 blowout. But you got to expect that Tom Brady's going to eventually make a run. They're probably going to score some points. I hope not, but you just hope at the end of the game and you're not looking up and you're saying, oh, boy, Tom Brady got the ball and, we're down.
Right.
Whatever it may be, like those 3 points sure would have helped us. So, at this point in time, you're like, man, you've been good all year long.
All year. He waits till the playoffs.
Extra points.
I think he was perfect on extra points. Maybe there was a block on a bad snap, I think, something like that. But he's been perfect all year on extra points. Now, 3 in a row, I don't think I've ever seen that before. I think at this point, do you even attempt?
That has to be a discussion. Yes. And again, every point matters, right? So
if
you go for 2 and you don't get them, that's now 4 points that you missed out on, 5 points that you missed out on. So that is a discussion that they're having right now. Bones Fossil and Mike McCarthy, they have to have the conversation of, hey, going forward, what are we going to do? Are we going to allow him to miss another one, or are we going to just try to get some of this back with doing, 2-point conversions?
I talked about last week. The magic number, I think, for Dallas was 24 because the Buccaneers offense they don't score points. They average like 18.6 points per game. The Cowboys have 18 points.
Yeah.
Listen, we hope this continues in the second half, right? You want this offense and defense to continue in the second half. But you don't want this to come down to a 3-point game because you missed 3 field goals. So, I do feel more comfortable if they get one more touchdown. But man, it's Tom Brady. This is the playoffs. I've watched teams come back all in the playoffs. I've watched teams come back all year. I'm not writing anything off. Cowboys either take this momentum into the second half and finish this.
Yes.
I always talk about the one thing I wanted to see from Dak and this team was to finish, right? They got off to a great start. Usually when they get off to a good start, usually they finish. Let's finish this thing.
No, you're absolutely right. That has to be the message at halftime for Coach McCarthy and company, for Dan Quinn and company. Hey, guys, we're up 18-0. Let's not take our foot off the brakes. Let us not exhale, but let us go out there and finish this football game. We're doing the same thing that you've done in the first half. You played really good defense, really good offense. Now, especially that can be worked out, whatever. But go out there and continue to do what you do. Make it very uncomfortable for Tom Brady and make them become now one-dimensional where they have no choice but to pass. And hopefully, if Micah Parsons is still okay, unleash Micah Parsons.
Indeed. All right, kickoff for the second half is up next as the Cowboys lead 18-0. Y'all can find us right back here in the post-game show, hopefully celebrating.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but we got 2 more quarters, Cowboys Nation. We'll see y'all then. Peace.